Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and it's time for the next episode in my Sketch With Me series with the School Days collection. I am going to be working on a 2-page layout and will also be making a card inspired by a sketch on page 90 in our 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketches book. Now, if you're following along with your book, you know what page to follow along in. If you don't have the book, I will post the link to the original blog post in the description box below this video, but I will also let you know I do change them up a bit as well. So let's get this one put together. Here it is, page 90 in our sketchbook. I always write what mat sizes I'll be using, and this one I did keep it simple. We are predominantly using mats and embellishments from the School Days collection, so it should be a pretty quick video this time. All right, base pages, I picked our traditional school pictures, I guess if you will, with the writing paper on the back, or the notebook paper look on the back of the page. For the mats for the left side of the page, I usually start on the left. So that's what we're going to do this time as well. Oh, this is something else I want to make sure to mention. So it was this little thing that kind of inspired a lot of what I'm doing with this layout, because I found this mat and I thought it was just so cute. But then when I looked at it, if you look closely, you can see the numbers are sideways right now when I have it this direction. So I had to turn it. And therefore, I'm also kind of turning the sketch, but I am kind of keeping my open space down here. And you'll see as I put it together, it's going to kind of look a little bit differently from the sketch, but you know, sketch inspired, what can I say? So we have the one with the rulers with what looks like 2 journal boxes. You can put 1 photo here, or you can do 2 photos, or you can do a photo and a journal mat, depending on how you want to work it. I also really liked the lockers, so we're going to put that one up here kind of as our title on our page. But you can also grab some of our write-on stickers and kind of create little labels on each one of your lockers if you want, just to give you an extra idea there. We have our school highlights over here, and we have the green plaid mat. So the 2 mats on the top are 4x6 mats. The 2 on the bottom are the 4.5 by 6.5. Backside of the green plaid is the clipboards. Backside of our highlights is this one with red with the blue ribbon. Okay, let's start flipping and sticking. Here we go. Using my regular tape runner to put down the mats. I do have a couple of stickers for this side of the page and a couple of embellishments for the other side of the page. And then I think we're using a bit of both on our card as well, if I remember correctly. Okay, if I can flip these over. So our school highlights is going up top. And it's about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch from the left edge of our page. I will measure for you in just a moment. And again, about the same distance over on the right side as well. Let me grab my ruler here so I can let you know exactly. That's a little bit over 3/4 on that left edge and a little bit over. So it's essentially 7/8 on this space and this space, both of them. So when I said about the same distance, I did do about the same distance. It just wound up being not on the 1/4 of an inch scale. It wound up being on the 1/8 of an inch scale. Here we go. We're going to line up our mat below, and we're going to use add this 1/4 of an inch on either side of our. So we have the 4x6 and the 4.5 by 6.5. So we have essentially an extra 1/2 inch down here. So we're essentially just giving it that little extra 1/4 of an inch margin on each side. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Make sure you put it so where you can read the numbers, because that's how I wound up flipping the sketch in the first place. All right, so there are our formats on our page. I found this really cute back to school pencil that I thought really fit nicely in the middle here. And, you know, we can use these for our back to school photos or really for any kind of, you know, class photos or other things like that. You know what? I think I'm going to grab my foam tape for this one because it's a nice straight piece. And I think it's a good opportunity for foam tape, which tends to be a little bit more economical than our foam squares. And of course I went over just a little hair here so I can use my microchip scissors and cut off that little end there. Take the backing off. And we'll place this one down on here. Just right kind of in the middle of everything here. So that way it's going to help draw your eye through your photos on your page with this little banner running through it. And then I also found in our sticker set this Bright Idea sticker. And I just thought, you know what? We're going to add that here. I just thought it was maybe just an interesting way to add an extra little dimension to the page as well. I'm also going to put this one on a little piece of foam tape here, because if we decide to add our photo later, your sticker is going to be popped up and you don't have to worry about trying to maneuver anything here. I'm going to offset this just ever so slightly so you get an extra little layer of dimension as well. And wasn't it fun that the designers made the sticker and the mat about the same size, so they layer really nicely on there. Try to get a close up so you can see it almost becomes like one of our popped up embellishments there. So here's the right side of our page. I'm sorry, the left side of our page. Here's that back to school. That's going to help draw your eye through. And that left side is done. That's all there is to it. I thought this one you kind of did want to see a little bit of what's going on the page as well. Now for the right side of our page, I have our 4.5 by 6.5 red plaid that kind of has the opening in the center. It has red on the back of it. I'm just going to go ahead and flip these. We have our A+ mat. That's a 4 by 6 mat. That has the "You Are Just Right" on the back. One more green plaid, but this one has kind of, this is supposed to be a journal mat, but we're going to use it for a photo mat. This is brown on the inside. And look, here's another ruler one with pink on the back. So there are 3 4.5 by 6.5 mats on this side of the page and one 4 by 6 mat, which is this one here, the one that has the A+ on the front. And let's get these placed down as well. All right, so this smaller one and larger are going to layer the same way we did it on the other side of the page. So I guess I'll try to do 7/8 again, huh? Let's see here. How precise am I? I'm actually going to check it. Oops. Of course, that just moved in. So let me scoot it back over where I had it, where I thought was close to where it was on the other side of the page. Okay. Line it up at the top. Let me just do that. Okay. I need to go over just another hair. It was about a 1/16 of an inch off. So let's see if I can get this up without ripping any paper here. Yep. Yep, because I think basically on the other side I went just to the other edge of this backpack here. So that makes it maybe a little bit easier to tell. Try again. Where's my... Yep. Got it. Okay, and then our red plaid, we want about 1/4 of an inch on each side showing. There we go. And now our ruler is going to be on the bottom, go figure, because of the direction flows here. Try to do another 7/8 maybe. And then our green plaid is at the top of the page. And that one's going the opposite direction. So we have an opportunity for a photo going the other direction on our page. Okay, I did not get that one over far enough, did I? In fact, that's only about 3/4. Let me scoot this one over just a hair. Actually, let me double check because I have from our embellish pack, we had more lockers. Actually, I need to scoot this one over the opposite way just a little bit because this one at least is lined up with that one. But I'm going to give our lockers a little bit of extra space here in the middle. So you are going to have to go probably closer to 1/4 of an inch because I wanted those to fit in here because it goes with our lockers that we have that are going to be on the left side of our page up at the top. So let's go about 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the page here. And I think that's okay because we're about 1/4 of an inch off from this one that's up here as well. Let's place down our lockers. And here we go. And then we have this school banner and we have a pencil. The pencil is going to go just directly on to the mat here. I just thought that it was cute and I thought it really kind of fit what's going on our page here because this is probably going to be our journal box. So that way it'll kind of help somebody focus on our writing. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little more foam tape for this one here. And here we go. Coming in just at an angle on our page. So here is the right side of our page. Like I said, it's definitely a quick and easy one to put together this time. Let me grab in the other page. I think the page was easy this time. The card's super easy. Okay. Here are our 2 pages together. And what do y'all think? How's that for a simple 2-page layout? It's bright, it's colorful. It'd be great for any kids' photos, school photos. Your photos from when you were younger as well could also work on a page like this, or maybe you're a teacher and you have some classroom photos you want to get on a page. So there we go. That one is done. On to the card. As I was looking for embellishments for our 2-page layout, I came across the rock, paper, scissors again, but I think I've noticed those in the introduction of the collection. And I just thought, you know what, the opportunity was too much to pass up. So we're going to just go ahead and use one of our blank cards from our card kits. I do have a little surprise for the inside that I'll talk about in a moment. It's our standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but we're not going to add any extra paper this time. We're just going to put the 3 embellishments on. I rarely do things with just the white, but each one of these has a white background on them. And I thought, you know, this kind of is an opportunity for a unique card here. So that's what we're doing. And I guess it can also show how quickly you can put a card together as well. Now I'm just going to lightly put this down. I'm actually going to put this one up a little bit higher and I kind of want to center it. Let me grab out my ruler again here. And we need 2 1/4, 2 1/4. So my 0 is over definitely here. I want the middle, through the middle of the paper here. Here's our scissors. It's going to go down and to the right just a little bit. And oops, I showed you the surprise rock is going down here. to the left just a little bit. And I guess you could line them up directly, but this just seems fine to me. You can see how they're outlined in the white. And whoops, here we go. If I can get it on camera, there we go. Now we have rock, paper, scissors. And then in our stickers, we have high five. So I thought that would be kind of fun to, like I said, put a smile on someone's face by sending them a card and then they're like, rock, paper, scissors. And then high five. So if you have, a child in your life that has had an achievement, you can send them this card and they'll be like, okay, that's interesting, rock, paper, scissors, and then high five, which I put in the top because then you can put sending a high five and then you can write your note about what you're sending somebody the high five all about. So there you go. I think anybody can make a card. If you've never made a card before, maybe this is the card you try out to make, or one of our card kits, of course, because those are pretty user-friendly as well. All right, that's it for our sketch with me for the School Days collection. Let me know your thoughts. Leave me a comment, hit the thumbs up. Until next time.